What happens when a courtroom suddenly realizes the defendant might not even understand he's facing 10 years in prison? In this intense hearing, a judge is forced to pause everything, not because of the crime, but because communication itself becomes the biggest challenge. And what unfolds next, no one in the courtroom was prepared for.
And Judge, he is very hard of hearing, so he is ASL. His dad is here to help us interpret a little bit, but I'm gonna have to look into
26 CR 191 is now called the state of Texas versus Jaden Gonsolin. That is you. And your name, sir?
James Gonsolin.
You're James Gonsolin,
Yes, sir.
father
Yes, sir.
of Jaden. All right. The defendant is charged with a third-degree felony of assault on a security officer. It looks like a security guard at St. Elizabeth Hospital, who was performing duties as for safety and security at St. Elizabeth Hospital. If convicted of a third-degree felony, the defendant, you are facing up to 10 years in prison. That's very serious. You understand?
You understand it.
Okay, what do we do? What do you do? Speak to him in sign language?
I'm not fluent, but I can type it out for read it.
All right. All right.
Or I can put it on.
Judge, I have been able to communicate with him through his dad and through the use of electronics, so they understand the purpose of the initial setting here
All right.
today. But I would have to look into getting a certified ASL translator to use in court.
Just make sure he understands.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What
I'm
he's
also
charged with and what the consequences of this could be.
Yes, sir.
That's what's important for today.
Yes, sir.
Everybody who's a defendant needs to know that.
The judge talking about 10 years in jail. Okay, that's what your trouble can be. Okay, so judge,
Fix this responsibly. Fix it.
yes, sir.
Does he understand what I just said? Fix this. Work with this lady. Work with this lady.
Work with her.
Fix this.
He also has he's diagnosed with several disorders.
Is he competent or incompetent? Are you going to evaluate on that?
Yes, not judge.
Being his father, I would say no.
Sir?
Being his father, living with him, I would say no. He is
Competency is a medical determination under law, and you may the understanding of the word is different from what the law is, but probably we'll need somebody to get evaluate him so we determine where he is. Let me ask you just briefly, what had happened here? Why was this that? What was going on at St. Elizabeth?
He had a we call them episodes. He
was a patient?
Yes, yes, Judge.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just didn't know if he was ambled up to the hospital and started committing disorder. All right. He lives with you?
Yes, sir.
There are terms and conditions of bond. He's on bond right now, Central. Y'all need to be very careful. He's going to be treated like everybody else. So bond conditions have to be followed, and he needs to be aware that your bond could be revoked and he could be put in custody. So let's work responsibly on this. How much time?
4 weeks, Judge.
All right, I'm going to reset this for 4 weeks. Thank you. Elena. Malachi Guidry.
Yeah.
Malachi Guidry.
He's not just like
She's from the first one you said.
Malachi Guidry. Yeah, I'm watching you pace. But I don't see you on the docket. Where are you?
It's this afternoon, the announcement document.
This afternoon?
No, it's the announcement
No,
document.
I'm looking at it. Where? I don't
It's on page 7 of my document.
Hold on, I'm getting to it. 7. Oh, there it is. Okay. We're on it. Good. All right. You are Malachi Guidry.
Yes, sir.
In 26 CR 195, you are charged with not a third degree, not a second degree, but a first degree felony of aggravated assault, causing serious bodily injury to a member of your family. What is membership here? Good shot into this to abdomen.
Uncle.
Was this is his brother?
Uncle.
Uncle. Okay. A couple of things here. If convicted of an aggravated assault on a family member with a deadly weapon, you are facing a first degree felony, which means if convicted, you face no less than 5, no more than life in prison and a fine up to $10,000. Plus, if you're convicted of this, you are not parolable until you serve 1/2 of your prison time, or 30 years, day to day. That's 2 generations. So this is very serious. That's why the legislation. And this, let's see, shooting a person in the chest with a firearm, and that could have been lethal, and then it probably the punishment range would have probably been even worse than this, since it's a family member. You understand what you're charged with, and it's a very serious punishment. That's it's not a debate. I'm asking you, do you understand what you're charged with here? Okay, that's what's important. You'll have a chance for a trial. That's what you want. What are we going to do today?
Judge, I need 4 weeks on this. It's an initial setting and we have not had time.
What is his bond? What is his bond? First degree felony. I'm looking at $50,000. Is that right? $50,000 bond. Is that right? Who posted that? Yeah,
My girlfriend there.
somebody else is taking care of you, huh? You got to handle your own responsibilities, sir. When you make a mistake, you got to deal with them. So you're alleged to have committed a crime, and then someone else is bonding you out, not you. You need to become independent and grow up. You got responsibilities that you need to handle, not others. Do you understand? Yes? Is that yes? 4 weeks. Delivery setting.
This wasn't just another court case. It was a moment that raised serious questions about justice, responsibility, and understanding the law. But the story doesn't end here. The next hearing could change everything. White right pointing backhand index if you want to see what happens next and watch more real courtroom moments like this. Make sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because the truth always reveals itself in court.